Hello everyone, this is Shelby with Shelby Creations. Welcome to the Dragon's Den. Let's talk about our work areas. There's so many different things that are out there now that we can use to hold our supplies that would take a lot of money. And it can get pricey. Just these little things for washi tape, those are like $5 a piece. I got 2 of them. Sometimes it gets overwhelming, but we don't need to stick with that. As an example, I got all my junky stuff in here, and that was a candle. It got burnt out because I burnt it, used it all up. So now it holds my desktop junk. It's the best I'm going to do on this one here. Oop. That came from Dollar Tree, I think. And because I think my daughter-in-law bought it. Anyway, I got it from her. So this is I don't want to say she rejected it. It's a reuse. And I've got little clips that I want to say I snitched. And then I'm not quite sure what this goes to, but this was something that my daughter-in-law did a 3D printing on. And I kept it. Why? Because it sits on there. And if I want to do stuff that's got a lot of different little pieces, like, let's see, like I've got chains or whatever, it will hold it. So that actually needs to go in the drawer where it belongs, because it does not belong there. So this is like my little catch-all thing. And it's better than having, another big tray. And that sits right there. And it also, let me see if I can find where it went to. Yes, I have plastic wrap. I have a little tool thing here, which these are great, by the way. Especially if you do any type of miniatures. Those are fantastic. But I had, now you watch, I'm not going to be able to find it. I have it, but I don't have it. I have a coaster. Those are scraps. So they really need to go up there, but I don't think they're going to fit. Stay right there. I thought, now I know I have it. I have a little crochet, there it is. I have a crochet doily. And it came in a bag with other doilies and things. And there are times I will put that in there. And why? Because it holds my coffee cup, which I don't have a coffee cup right now, but I do have my water cup. And yes, I do have a regular coaster, but and until then, I can actually sit that and a whole thing in there. And it works because it's multi-purpose. And sometimes that's what you need. You need multi-purpose. You need to be able to use things in different ways. And a lot of times, the way things are meant to be used are not the way that I use them. No. Like plastic wrap. Plastic wrap is great. Actually, this is what was left towards the end of a roll. But there was enough on it, and what I use plastic wrap for is to go over paint and Mod Podge and stuff, because look how easy that opens. And yes, it's gunky under there because I used it. So now that's got to get put away. That gets put away. But it's different things. Storage. I have little drawer systems, as those of you who have seen my the room tour of the Dragon's Den. And I use baskets. I use all kinds of baskets, as you've seen. Let me move this over just a minute, because we're going to get to that. Like with my paper, I have baskets. And Dollar Tree is great. I reuse cell phone boxes. These are just little wooden beads that I put on the bottom for feet. Right now, it's holding my Game Boy, but it's usually my trash can. So, and if that's, and you know, every bottom has to have a top. Ooh. So that was the top to it, or is that the bottom to it? Anyway, there's the other half. And I think this was my iPhone box. But yeah, reusing things that you have is great. Using things that are not usually meant for storage, they work too. Let's see, what else do I have? Oh, I have this little thing that I've painted and stenciled, and in the top there's the journal we're working on. I have my my glues, I have my Windex, I have my little pom-pom purin. He's the cutest little, oh, this rubber band broke. He's the cutest little thing. Yes, I do like cute little things. Yeah, you don't, just because I am, alright, I'll be honest, I'm 65 years old. Doesn't mean that I can't enjoy cute little things. I have my double-sided sticky tape, and I have Jack sitting there. That way I don't have to reach, because I know I'm using all of those together, and those sit right there. But what if we need something specific? Don't go searching on Amazon. Don't go looking at these different little storage places. Go to Hobby Lobby. Look at their wooden things. Or Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree has some cute little wooden things. Like little crates. This is one. No, I have not painted it. It just sits on my little shelf thing back there, but it sits behind everything. I haven't gotten to it yet. I will get to it. What I have been getting to, a lot of you saw the tray that I had been working on for Victoria. I also went the other day and I got a couple of boxes. This one, it has the little closures. It has a little handle. And I'm not sure what I'm going to use this for yet. And I think I put the handle on a bit too low. I may have to readjust that. But when you're working with napkins and Mod Podge, it is so easy to rectify if you misscrew something in. So, but Mod Podge takes 4 weeks to cure. Once you get done, it takes 4 weeks to cure, and after those 4 weeks, and it will tell you on the back of the bottle, you finish it off with a sealant, an acrylic sealant, and then, because if not, you're going to get, sometimes they always have like a little tacky feel, and then when you close them, the tops they'll get stuck, they don't want to open. So yes, you do need to seal what you have. But I was going through my stickers the other day, and I was wondering, because the last random draw we did, I kept wondering, where were my little teeny stickers? So I went through all my stickers and I pulled out my small ones. And it was like, okay, now I've got them. What do I do with them? Which is why I went to Hobby Lobby. And I found another little box I think this is so cute. It's got the little inset that you can decorate, put in there. You can put a picture in there, or a piece of lace, or whatever you want, because you've got probably, I'd say, 1/4 of an inch depth between the top of the acrylic piece here and your wood piece. But I Mod Podged it with napkins. And then in the inside are all my teeny tiny, and I do mean teeny tiny little stickers that always get lost at the bottom. And when I go to pull them, I mean, look how small these are. So, and this way, if I want to do a random and just use small stickers, I don't care. I could deal with a 10 with these. And they all fit in there, all nice and neat. I mean, sometimes you have to just, move them left or right, get them down there, and then closes, and yes, it locks. But, like I said, you see how that stuck a little? I've got a 28-day cure time, which is 4 weeks. So I'm not really closing these until after that time. And then I'll come in with an acrylic sealer. And they do have them that you can brush on. That way I won't have to remove all of these. Because if you're going to spray it, I've got to take everything out. No, I use a brush. But I do have a place for this. And it sits right there. I know you can't see it, but it's like right there. And it works. So don't be afraid of getting something and redoing it, paint it, decoupage it. I'll get it out in a minute. Yeah. Another thing you can use is shelf lining paper. Hobby Lobby has shelf lining paper. Walmart has shelf lining paper. It's the sticky one you peel, and that would work too. You just have to be careful on your corners that you might want to miter your edges so that they fit. And the way I've done that in the past is I will fold one side down and then come in here and get your top done, but don't take your paper off your corner. That way you can bend it and you can see where it goes to. But when you go to do this part, you want to cut. See, how did I do that? You hold this up, put your paper, do it this way. You're gonna hold your paper like here, and then you're gonna start from this corner and go in, just like that. And that way you can take one side and fold that over, bring the other one up and fold it down, and then trim it there, and it looks like you've mitered your corner on. It's not as complicated as it sounds. But if you want to paint, you can paint your pieces. You can put jewels on them. You can put washi tape on them. You can put metal pieces on them. If this was just a regular box, I could put the corner feet on them and have it just sit up there nice and pretty. Like I said, I still have to decide what I'm going to put in here, but I saw it and it was on sale and I couldn't resist it. Did I need it? Probably not. Will I use it? Definitely. What will I use it for? I have no idea at the moment. But it's here for when I will. So I just wanted to take a little time this evening, because, yeah, it's still night, and talk with you about your area. And you don't need to keep things plain. You can decorate them. When you go to set up your area, and I've been asked this by a few people just within the last couple of days, how do you know where to put things? Think of it as when you drop a stone in a bucket of water, you've got the ripples that go out, the rings. Think of your rings. You're that first part. You're where the stone went in. Your next ring, the closest ring to you, are things you grab and use every single day. There's your scissors. There's your paper. You know, there can be your tape, your glue. It could be, if you use a lot of miniature books, it's whatever you can reach with your hand. That is your first circle. And this is stuff you're going to use every day, or at least within your week. And we're doing this, you know, by as a timeline. So your first circle is what's within your reach that you can use within your first week. The next circle out would be things that you may use within a month. There are things that you're going to pull from, but you don't pull from every single day. But they're not things that you only pull through once or twice a year. So those you want to keep a little bit closer in, but not on the outside. Your third circle out would be things that you would use once or twice a year. If you have paper pads, you only pull from those, you know, maybe once or twice, 2 or 3 times a year. Those can be in your outer circle. And machines that you don't use every day but you still use, it could be your Big Shot. If you do binding, they could be your binding machine. It can be, I'm looking at what's around mine. I have a laminator, my binding machine, other tools that I use they're in the farthest circle out. Then you have, if you have a chance, and you have a storage container, a storage area, a storage closet. These are things that, or even just a bin. These are your refills, and it can be your spare knife. It could be what else? It could be refills for your Xyron. Trying to think of what else it could be. If you do a lot of tags and stuff, and you need different types of threads and stuff, but you don't pull it out all the time because you have a little stash already, then your storage would be in your outer layer, in your storage bin, or things of that nature. And it just, think of it as you use things as to how far you need to go to get them. Like one thing with me that I use every day that's not a craft related thing, are grocery bags. Because hanging on my drawer, and I got this, I think I got this off of Temu or Amazon, but it's a little clip thing, and it holds a grocery bag that holds trash. Right now it's got a soda bottle in it, a soda can. But that would be in my 1, 2, and even though I use it every day, that's probably in my second ring out. 1, 2, yeah, that would be in my second ring. So, and why is it there? Because that's the only space I have for it. So if it's time, and I've had to do this a couple of times myself, to do a total reset of your room. And by total reset, I mean take everything out. Get you boxes. You will need boxes. And put everything in a box. I don't care if it's got glue and ephemera or paper or whatever. Just throw everything in a box, in boxes, and set them out. Set them in a spare bedroom. Set them in the hallway on one side. Don't set them in the garage. But set them somewhere in the house where you've got to get them back in your room so that you can continue living in your space. Now, once you get everything out, look at your furniture. Where do you want your desk to go? Do you like where your desk is at? If not, move it where you want it to go. Then figure out where the other pieces of your furniture, and it can be one of the plastic 3-drawer things. It could be whatever you have. And that's what I'm calling furniture. Where can you put it? Where will it do the most good? Where is it someplace that where you can reach things? Then put your furniture in next. Then you're going to need 2 empty boxes to start off with. You need one box that's going to be marked trash. You're going to have another box that's going to be marked purge, share, or put your best friend's name on it if you've got to mail it. It's your giveaway box. As you bring your boxes back into your workroom, then you'll need to go through them and put them where they live. Very simple. All right, up here, this is all my, I am losing my words. This is my scrap basket, little plastic basket. All right, I know all my scraps live here. If I'm pulling something out, oh, there's a scrap. Guess where it's going? It's going in here. Now, if I'm pulling out washi tape. But it's not, I've got washi tape in a container. So this is washi tape that I need within reach at all times. Let's say if you're doing a journal and you need washi tape. Put your washi tape where you can get to. Ooh, I definitely need to dust in here. And that goes right there. It's within arm's reach. But as I pull things out of my box, I'm putting them home. I'm putting them up here where they belong, where they need to go, where they live. That's where their home is. I come across scissors or pens or tweezers or stuff. I know they're going in their home. Put them in there. You come across 24 sets of tweezers. Do you need 24 sets of tweezers? Not really. I have, what do I have? I have one bent point set of tweezers here. Why? Because that came in something that I had purchased, and I don't know if I'm going to use it yet. I have my 2, what I call my sticker tweezers. And then I have my power tweezers. These are good if you've got to grab hold of something or twist or turn. These are my power tweezers. So I have 1, 2, 3, I have 4 tweezers. Do I use them all? Yes. I have paintbrushes in here. Do I need paintbrushes in here? Not anymore because I finished what I was doing. So the paintbrushes would be coming out and going back over here where they belong with the other paintbrushes. Because when I took them out of the box, they were all together. So yeah, put things where they live. And you will go through each box. If it does not have a home, if it's junk, you're never going to use it again, put it in the trash. If it's something you're not going to use again, but it's still good, put it in the purge box. Somebody else could use that, so it's not money wasted. You would go through each box as you return things to your room, so that when you get everything, you're down and you've got everything in, all your stuff is where it needs to be, and that is what is termed a total reset of your room. The last time I did one, it took me 2 weeks. And that's when I was... No, the first time. I'm trying to think. The first time I did it, let's see, it was before my mother passed away and I was in here. Because there was nothing else in here. And she let me use the whole den for my little craft area. So yeah, my first time was redoing that because I had to get storage and shelving. So that was my first reset, because at the time I had a chair and a folding table. And then I went from that, and then after my mom passed away, I used her bedroom and remodeled the house. I used her bedroom as my craft room. And I did a complete reset in there twice. That was a 12 by 14 room, or 12 by 14 or 13 by 15. Anyway, weird number. But it was a large bedroom with a walk-in closet. Everything was full. I had stations. I had a sewing station. I had a jewelry station. I had, all these different little things. And my desk was one of these huge, big teacher desks with each side that had the little table, little piece that pulled out, and then the 3 or 4 drawers on each side, the big one in the center. I loved it. It was 4 by 6 and it sat right up under the window. But it weighed 350 pounds because it was solid wood. And needless to say, now I am on because that one would never fit in here, I'm on an old Army L-shaped desk. Why? It works. I did the last reset here this past January when I was sick and really couldn't do videos. And it wasn't just my area. We did the whole Dragon's Den. Yeah, that took us probably about 2 months because there was, there's 4 areas. There's Victoria's areas, there's mine, there's David's, there's Caleb's. And David was the last one to finally get his done. But yeah, it takes time. But when you're done and you know what you have and where it's at, and you know that, wait a minute, what do I need? Oh, what do I need? Oh, I know where that is. I need just a little shiny embellishment. I need a button. I got buttons. I got little wooden embellishments. Oh, there's a few more stickers. Now see? We got stickers. We got a few more stickers that don't need to be in here. See, I did not look in here. And I've got a spring. I know the spring comes off with something. But I don't know what, I don't remember what, so until I find it's in there. Or, let's say, I need metal pieces. I have metal pieces. Now I know where my metal pieces are. They're right up here. Alright, stickers need to go in with other stickers. And yes, this happens quite a bit. Ooh, some of these don't need to be in here. Yeah, they do. Do they? Do they not? I think these two don't. These don't fit, but the rest of them fit in there. Okay, so I got some that are a little bit bigger. But, and these are all people. These here are all people stickers. People stickers. See, it's getting late. I can't talk. I don't have much people, or very many people, because I haven't used characters that much. I'm uncertain about these, but they're in there where they belong. But take the time. Set up your area the way you use it. Yeah, I had this one lady I used to watch. She had this huge area. Her husband had built onto the house, and it was her workroom. And her desk was on one area, but she had a center where she could go down. You know, she had like two big shelving units. She had supplies all the way. She had it around there. She had like every color stamp pad that you could probably mention. You know, all these things she had complete sets of. Why? But that was her thing. You know, but she took the time to get everything in order. Then I've got a very dear friend that works in the corner of her dining room. She works on a folding table with a with the 3-drawer plastic things to hold her stuff. But she's got it all organized. But that's the whole thing. Get it organized. Take the time to decorate your stuff. Take the time to make your space your own. And I hope if you've made it this far, listening to me ramble on, give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you're still here. If you are a subscriber, thank you so much. If you're not, please consider subscribing to my channel. I'm not usually this long-winded, but these were concerns that were brought up to me about organizing and taking care of your space and how to do things. And I figured I'd address it all at one time in one video. Now I'm tired. Now I'm going to go get me something cold to drink. And until next time, bye guys.